Good morning. My name's Jennifer Colucciello, and today I'm going to spend a few minutes discussing my Better Me, Better World project. For this project, I decided to focus on something that I've been struggling with, and I know my team has as well. So for the title for my project was Becoming the Best Version of Me. My goals here included a couple different focuses. The first one was a physical development, really to increase and have more regular exercise, as well as better healthy eating habits. I wanted to spend some time as well focusing on some intellectual habits. One of mine is reading, but I also wanted to focus on looking at other downtime activities and creating some balance between work, life, family needs, and so forth. Wanted to spend some time with that specifically for emotional care and mental health. Ethics are a big component to our everyday life, and these are things that we have to take into consideration as well. By giving ourselves a better approach, a better balance, it will actually help us to enable some of those items. And then further, with the service to others, I wanted to give some guidance and encouragement to my team at work, specifically because they have been worried about some of these things as well. We had an over 18-week process, and our major milestones are pretty straightforward. The first couple weeks were spent in research and review and gathering of data and information, as well as looking at individual specifics, whether they are age, medical history related, gender related, or family dynamics, and so forth. The third week we really spent on developing the individual goals and what those tracking methods were going to be. Journaling and log entry was certainly something that was of key components here. The fourth week, we actually began to implement these changes, and we focused on sleep patterns, healthy eating, exercise regimens, and then downtime as well. We began to implement those things, started adding in other components, and really in weeks 7 to 8, this is where we started to notice some big positive changes. Each one of us was experiencing weight loss. We were all having increased energy. Habits were being formed. And we noticed that we were generally able to deal with stressors a little bit better. Things were a little easier to handle as they came up. At this point, we began including family members in week 9, those that live in our households, to build those healthy patterns, healthy behaviors, and really start to strengthen that concept of what health is. Weeks 10 through 18, we experienced further growth, further naturalization of these new habits and patterns in all categories, and really began to see some long-term benefits in these items. The leadership goals here are pretty straightforward. Several of them focus really on just leading by example. Organization was something that was very, very important to keep us on track, have clear defined goals, methods for tracking, documentation, and touch points. Support was a key item, as many of you have probably been on diets or tried new regimen or tried lifestyle changes. Support at all levels amongst all of us, from me to my team members, from them to me, and between all of us one-to-one and as a group, was really, really key to keeping us motivated and moving forward with this. Mentoring is a big item, especially for my team. We tend to rely on each other, and I want to see them grow. I follow certainly a gardener leadership mentality, looking at where they can grow, pruning where we need to, coaching, and so forth. And the mentoring here was really, really important. Growth for myself evidences the importance of that for my team, and by being honest and open with my experiences as we went through this was certainly key to keeping them moving forward and understanding we're all experiencing the same thing. This demonstrates that example, and encouragement was a key component to our success in this. The evidence for this is a little bit more subjective. Obviously, these are things that are personal, really subjective measures and views of what's happening in your life. That being said, there are some very, very clear items that were significantly improved. Each of us, all 5, had at minimum a 20-pound weight loss. Pretty consistent, nice and slow, And all of our physicians are quite thrilled with that. We did all see increased and improved sleep patterns. So many people actually have now achieved from a 6 to 7 hour per night sleep pattern to a 8 to 9. And the sleep itself is better. Less tossing and turning, less getting up and feeling more energetic and refreshed in the morning. Our physicians have also been happy with some of our improved lab values. So cholesterol amounts have gone down. A1C levels have gone down. Sugar, glucose measurements have also decreased. There just seems to be an overall better lab value there. So our physicians are very happy with that. Each of us has experienced a basic overall feeling of happiness and contentment and accomplishment with where we are in life. Our stress levels have been decreased. And interestingly, with these items, we are actually seeing increased productivity at work. We do not feel like we're dragging through the day or dragging through another meeting or having to force ourselves to focus. We're actually finding our focus is better, our brainstorming is better, our cognitive thinking is better. So that's been wonderful. In addition to this, because we've been able to engage our families in this process, and including especially in the downtimes, we're actually seeing improved relationships and increased touch points with all of our really, really close family, which is wonderful. A SWOT analysis was pretty straightforward. Strengths definitely included that group support and motivation. Weaknesses were that we have increasing costs of things around us and increasing responsibilities, and that can certainly take away from our basic emotional health and feelings of how much time we have that we can actually allot towards these healthy patterns that we're trying to keep. Opportunities, obviously, our continued improvement in these items, working in areas to keep this going. Learning new hobbies is something that we've all decided we think is beneficial. And leading by example to the family and team has been really a great opportunity to have a ripple effect by teaching them healthy patterns, which they can then instill in others and their family members and so forth. Threats, of course, are similar to weaknesses. There are lots of family needs, financial concerns, and deadlines that are always hitting us from different levels. So it's really taken a intentional effort and decision to make sure we set aside time to focus on these items as we move forward. Really, overall recommendations for other people that are dealing with is just the importance of maintaining this balance in a healthy lifestyle, but doing it with intention in all areas, including sleeping, eating, exercising, and downtime. This will ultimately help us be successful, not only personally, but in every aspect of our life, including work and school. Thank you.